Was there ever a moment when you thought, why did I do this? Why did I sign up for this?
I'm not gonna lie, it was the hardest professional thing that I've ever done, for sure.
One of the things you do in the film is actually eat a real bison liver. Mm-hmm. I wanted to believe that that was a prop, but it was real. Mm-hmm. Why did you push yourself to do that?
The Native American actor that I was working with, his name is Arthur, and he was eating raw bison flesh the entire day during rehearsal. And they gave me this gelatinous sort of red pancake to eat, and it just didn't look real. I wanted to get the real thing, and it was this giant liver that was incredibly disgusting. My reaction is very much up on screen, which is a nauseating one.
Fair to say you've had your last bison liver?
Oh, I'll never do that again.
Emotion of the movie itself, shooting it. I mean, the scene when the women are led into the shower and they look at those nozzles, I felt that I was feeling their fear, that moment of uncertainty about what's about to happen. Yeah. How difficult was that scene to shoot?
There was no acting. I mean, they took off their clothes and we were very quiet, and we led them toward the showers, and there was a massive kind of a virtual panic that really happened in that very dark space. And it was just frightening, and we did it over and over and over again the entire day. And that was one of the moments on the entire film where nobody had to be an actor. They existed in that reality, and they showed all of us who they really were and how they really felt.
The Polish people of Krakow who played the Jewish people, you understand? They put their heart, their sufferings, because the weather was so horrible, was below zero temperature, freezing, and they're staying from 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes to 6 o'clock in the evening.
I think everybody felt that we were memorializing something, and it felt to all of us as if we were shooting in a cemetery. And it was quiet on the set, and everybody just did their work. No one was laughing, no one was telling jokes.
Just now when I saw the gentleman playing Amon Get, I froze inside, even so many years after the war, because we never knew what to expect.
Oh, shooter, here, my authority.
I never once thought, oh, I'm starring in a film. It was just, I'm part of telling the most horrendous story that's happened. Humanity. And that still has an effect on me.
There's that scene right at the beginning where Willard is thinking about his life and what it amounts to and what his circumstances are, and he strikes that karate pose, punches the mirror, hand emerges bloody. That, from what I can gather, was legit.
Yeah,
it wasn't an effect. I mean, that was your bloodied hand.
Yeah, I still got the scar.
I had some personal concerns about my own physical condition. I was 36 at the time, and I felt old and out of shape, and I was smoking 3 packs a day. Not a healthy guy. I remember complaining to Francis one day about, I don't know who this guy is. Who is this Willard? And Francis just looked me square in the eye and he said, he's you. Whoever you are.
That particular day was my 36th birthday, and right. I was wildly out of control with alcohol and going through a very deep emotional catharsis.
And so I went into that sequence and I just went very deep into my own personal pain and alcoholism and self-loathing. And I was so drunk I couldn't stand up, frankly. I didn't realize how close to the mirror I was. So when I struck it, I ended up catching my thumb in the mirror and split it open a bit.
Francis tried to stop the scene, and I said, please, I must do this for myself. And he did, and he allowed me to wrestle, in a sense, with some demons that I had been wrestling with for quite a while.
They were inside somebody, in his personal territory, with a man alone in his most private moment.
I pretended I couldn't remember a lot of the things I'd done that night. Actually, I remembered it all.
I was always embarrassed by it, of course. I never saw it until it was in the film. I kind of had a pretty good idea of what I'd done.
And it was a life-changing experience.
And today I don't recognize that man as a pretty sad guy. Pretty sad man. trying to be something he wasn't, afraid of things that he shouldn't have been, immature in a lot of ways.
What do you think you were
Very
trying?
painful guy.
I spent 12 to 17 hours a day trying to inhabit a man who was deprived of everything and that would make him comfortable. And I tried to do that to myself. It becomes your reality. Being away from your culture and your loved ones for half a year, playing a man who's hated and put through the ringer is really difficult. And there were weeks where I was just working without another actor, alone in a room. And you have to have a lot of discipline and not to try and create some unnecessary business. I was very excited about getting this role, and in an effort to be as truthful as possible, I decided to get rid of my apartment, drop my phone lines, sell my car, basically lose touch with most people that I knew. Because the character loses so much, I wanted to kind of have a glimpse of what that loss would feel like.
I, had to lose a lot of weight so that there was a transition from Spielman's lowest point after being in hiding and not eating. So that you can't act emaciated, you have to become emaciated. I realized I'd never really been hungry.
It changed you. You learned things from that.
Well, yes. I mean, I appreciate literally every meal that's in front of me.
And then I learned to play Chopin.
I worked incredibly hard because Chopin is extremely difficult. And I do have a basic knowledge of piano playing, but I don't read music very well at all, so I had to learn it by memory.
Wow. The task of trying to learn Chopin, I found such a wonderful distraction from the hunger. And then so I found this new connection now to the music. This was a practical task to do the research to understand how to portray this man. And I find myself becoming somebody else.
Stay away from me.
Why?
I just want to go back to my room.
Then you were in The Shining, a totally different role, a scary role. Was it hard to make The Shining?
It was extremely difficult.
I read somewhere that the director has you crying 12 hours a day. Is that a little hyperbole?
No, I had to do that. He demanded realism.
Wendy, I have let you fuck up my life so far, but I am not gonna let you fuck this up.
And I still think you shouldn't jump on every single emphatic line. It looks fake. It really does. It looks like you...
When I'm that nervous, it's a...
Shelley, I'm telling you, it's too many times. Every time he speaks emphatically, you're jumping, and it looks funny.
For a person so charming and so likable, he can do some pretty cruel things when you're filming.
Nobody even said roll video.
There's no desperation. Oh, come on. What do you mean roll
2
video?
seconds.
We're killing ourselves out here, and you've got to be ready.
I am too. I'm standing
So we
right
play
by
mood
the
music?
door. No, I
Yeah,
can't
but when you
hear.
came in like this, you should have just...
No, we're sitting there because they say, wait a minute, and then you say on the radio,
But when you
go.
do it, you've got to look desperate, Shelley. You're just wasting everybody's time there.
I can't even get
Well,
this
bring it
door
down.
open. From May until October, I was really in and out of ill health because the stress of the role was so great, and the stress of being away from home, just uprooted. So for me, it was just tumultuous. Look at this. Pulled all my hair. I pulled hunks of hair out on the windowsill, and the back got caught.
Need to trim those hunks of hair.
Oh, look.
Okay.
It just comes out.
Okay, right now, fellas.
No rushing.
There's more to come, Shell. Come on.
Come on, I'm right
Get
here.
it set up anyway now, boys. Let's go. Come on, Shell. Get the dummy. No, she isn't carrying him. That's right. Okay, let's go.
No.
Have the finder, please. The 18. 18 in the tube. Swing it all back in here. Yeah, it's got to go outside. There was time.
So it's 25 to 1.
Fine, don't sympathize with Shelley.
Don't sympathize with Shelley. Why not?
It doesn't help you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it does. It does.
Here's Johnny.
You always dislike whatever the cause is of pain. You always resent it. So I resented Stanley at times because he pushed me, and it hurt. I thought, why do you want to do this to me? How can you do this to me? I mean, we had the same end in mind. It was just that sometimes we differed in our means. And by the end, the means met. And I find I really respect him.
and really like him. I wouldn't trade the experience for anything. Why? Because of Stanley. But I wouldn't want to go through it again.
Sir, you got a war face? Ah! That's a war face! Now let me see your war face! Ah! Bullshit! You didn't convince me! Let me see your real war face! Ah!
In Stanley Kubrick's 1986 Vietnam War film Full Metal Jacket, R. Lee Ermey would become famous as Marine drill instructor Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. 20 years earlier, Ermey had been a real sergeant, training Marines to go to Vietnam.
It's really something that you don't just leave behind. It's something that you always remember.
I was afraid to meet you. You are so horrible in that movie.
Sir, because I'm too heavy, sir! Because you are a disgusting fat body, Private Pyle!
Tell me, you were in Vietnam. Is this realistic? I mean, when you look at the movie, is that?
It's very realistic. I have a cross-section. When somebody hires me to do technical advice, I like technical advice because I like putting the realism in there.
But he had an abundance from being a drill instructor and being around in that life his whole life, in that world his whole life. He had abundance of things to say. But Stanley, so he would just say them, spurt them out, and Stanley would then type them all out, word for word. But then Lee would have to then do them every time. So he kind of dug his own grave because he was sort of, at the time, just barely an actor.
I didn't know anyone that didn't raise a hand to a private. But it was a constructive raise of a hand. It was not a, I want to hit you so that I can hurt you and abuse you type thing. It was a, did you learn anything from that private? My main objective was just basically to play the drill instructor the way the drill instructor was.
This seems like a good bit of fun.
There's one scene that everybody talks about. We're at the dinner table, and he slams his hand every scene. There's a lot of lies told at this table tonight. And at one point, the drinking glass slid over, and he didn't notice it, and it goes through his hand.
Yeah.
And he's still talking.
Hey! Don't lay your palms flat on that tabletop! If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is gonna let loose with both barrels that sawed off.
Oh my God.
And I'm sitting there watching it. I said, I'm like a girl. Like, he's a superhero.
Yeah.
And finished that scene and shit, and it was blood was spilling, and he just lit his cigarette with the blood, and he wiped his head. I said, this was an Avenger.
That was the fun part, is watching their reactions. Honestly, because boom, it happened, and then I opened my hand, and then blood starts pouring everywhere, and I saw Jamie go,
yeah,
like this, and Quentin like had his hand, and he goes,